Welcome back to the Hershey Park Arena. Jed Donahue along with Jim Davis. Mat side for us is Keith Jones.
Now wrestling in the 152-pound final from Williamsport,
Matt Mapes is a field goal kicker going to the Big 33 in football.
152-pound final. Brad Bush, a defending state champion from Redland. We talked about him before this wrestling final started. Bush did lose a finals match to Jason Rawls from Harrisburg, District 3. That is Bush's only loss in 2 years. He was undefeated all of last year, undefeated all of this year until that loss to Jason Rawls out of Harrisburg. Jason Rawls is a junior. He'll be back next year. But Bush has turned it up a couple of notches since that heartbreaking loss just a week ago.
I mean, that was a wake-up call for Brad Bush last week, but
Matt Mapes, unbelievable. Wow. How do you get out of that? Brad Bush with a circus roll to escape a very high single-leg attack by Matt Mapes out of Williamsport. Whoa.
Still scoreless, but exciting.
Whoa. They're still talking about that one.
Out of bounds. Official steps in before they move to the wooded area. They're almost on mat 2 there.
Yeah, it's interesting, Jed. The coach out of Redland, Craig Helmuth, is a state champion, and back in 1974, he did not win his regional tournament either the same year that he won his state championship. And there's a quick throw by
Brad Bush. He takes the 2-0 lead. You were saying before the move?
Absolutely. Craig Helmuth won his state title back in 1974 for Chambersburg High School. I believe he's the only state champion for Chambersburg so far.
That one move that caught the attention, we understand some of our bird dogs here. Kerry Colot tried that.
Tried it successfully.
Last Williamsport state champ, none other than Matt Neenan, who went on to Syracuse on a football scholarship. He won in 1990. Tom Best, Jr., head coach's son, won in 1989, and I think like 49 seconds or something in the opening round. Mitch Mahansky won in 1972. You see the official telling him how much time's left in the opening period. Brad Bush with a takedown, leading 2-0. You just hear the thrust as they go down. Check in with Keith Jones. Well, that high move there in the early part of that period got the crowd alive and well.
Wasn't that Jim's favorite move in high school?
That hurts just watching that, Keith.
You know, you hear complaints from time to time that the state championship finals sometimes are boring because the level of competition is so close that the wrestlers aren't really able to show their best stuff because the competition is so great. But I'll tell you, the last hour and 40 minutes that we've watched wrestling here, this has been some outstanding stuff.
Get in there, Red.
Sometimes you get a pitcher's duel, you know what I mean? It's like it's defensive wrestling a little bit.
Absolutely. The
a head.
wrestlers bang head there briefly.
Good time, son.
Head-on collision, and that scrambled things a little bit.
Unfortunately, it looks like Matt Mapes took the worst of that encounter.
Field goal kickers aren't supposed to be this tough. I mean...
And Matt Mapes is tough. He took third at 135 pounds last year. Here we go with that flip. Bush knows he's in trouble. He can't get his leg out over the back. What the heck do you do with that? Unbelievable. Right out. Unbelievable.
Wow. Just the athletic and the athleticism it takes to spring that. There you see Dr. Michael Cordes to the right of your screen, one of the physicians here.
And Mapes
always works at the PIAA events, and
Mapes looks a little foggy. Brad Bush ready to go, carrying his 3-0 lead.
I joked with Dr. Cordes. I said, you know, there's something wrong with each one of these guys who've been battling since November. And I'm not sure they're telling you everything. But, I mean, they take every precaution known here at the PIAA Wrestling Championships. They deserve a lot of credit. I mean, it is the top shelf care for the athlete's safety.
Definitely.
Second period, got about 1:15 to go. Brad Bush, he's in the blue singlet. He's to the on the bottom of your screen there. To the top is Matt Mapes, a field goal kicker, battling it in AAA at 152. I just gotta love that.
Matt Mapes also placed in his 9th grade season at the Hershey tournament. He placed 5th at 103 pounds back in 1992.
Now, Redland, Brad Bush, who won a year ago, ended a long drought. John Worley was their last champ in 1981. Bush, just a week before the States, had lost his district tournament. But he's been a scoring machine. He's up 3-0 now. 41 seconds remain here in the middle period, and again, we're going to have an official's timeout. Let's check in with Keith Jones. Keith?
It looks like there may be some blood on the forehead of Brad Bush from the contact that they had on the earlier takedown sequence, and they're taking him over to take a look and try to get that blood, the bleeding stopped.
There you see him working on Brad Bush. They just announced the crowd here at the Hershey Park Arena, 8,046. That'll put them close, I think over 30,000 for the tournament in general. Huge draw. 27,026.
Thank you.
One of the interesting things that happened in the semifinal round, Brad Bush was up against Tony Barbary from Pittston area out of District 2. Score was tied 3-3. Bush hit a big 5-point move right on the edge of the mat, and from then on it was all Brad Bush. He carried 16-6 to make it into the finals over Barbary.
There's your score. Middle period. I have a feeling we're looking at a fantastic finish here. I think they're waiting for the sense of urgency on the clock.
Matt Mapes absolutely is certainly no slouch. Again, he placed back in his 9th grade year.
Down here.
Oh.
Got 2 points. Crowd doesn't like it.
Crowd doesn't like it. They're not going to give it to him. The ref said he's out of bounds. No 2 points.
That's how close it is. They say a game of inches in all sports. It is in wrestling as well. That out of bounds marker, that can save you and it can kill you at the same time. Final 10 seconds, as you see. We're in the second period. Brad Bush charging from underneath, the defending state champ, going for the takedown. Doesn't look like he's going to have enough time, and doesn't. Second period comes to a close, and the defending state champ leading at 152. Brad Bush out of Redland, District 3. Matt Mapes out of District 4, Williamsport. 2 senior careers, 2 minutes to go.
Jed, we've had a lot of action with this bout between these 2 wrestlers, and the score is still only 3-0. Pretty typical of Brad Bush's.
Still bleeding, man. Still bleeding.
Brad Bush's style is
blood on his shoulder, please.
Real head-to-head. And we're going to have a timeout here for an injury break.
Let's go to Keith Jones again. Keith, again, whenever there's blood and it is overt and it is out in the open, action stops.
I'd like to take just a moment and go through the way the kids come here seated. It has to do with their finishes in their regional. There's 5 regions here: Northeast, Northwest, Southeast, Southwest, and something called the South Central. Now, each region sends 5 wrestlers. The Southwest region gets a 4th qualifier because they have the most District 3 schools in that region. Now, the regional winners all get no better than a 3rd place finisher from the other regions when they come here at Hershey. Now, of the regional winners last year, 21 of the 26 regional winners, or 21 of the 26 finalists last year were regional winners. This year, 17 of the 26 finalists were regional winners as well. It behooves the wrestlers in the bracketing to try to do well before the state tournament to make their seeding here a little bit easier.
Jim, Matt Mapes, he's only down 3-0. I mean, what kind of strategy do you think he's going to employ here as we start the final period?
Well, he's definitely in a good position being in the down spot as the 2 wrestlers walk back to the center of the mat. he should at least be able to get an escape, and from then on he can work for a takedown. Bush, of course, is going to be on the defensive. As long as Mapes keeps after him, he could get some stalling calls, he could get a takedown, he could work a lot of things in his favor. But the first problem is he's got to get away.
There's a 1-point escape. That'll make it 3-1. This comeback trail has started. Minute and 25 to go in the match.
Now, Brad Bush has got to be careful. He can't sit on this lead. The referee is certainly going to be looking for him to be backing away. You can hear the referee saying, get in there. Mapes in on a single leg.
And again, Bush using the out-of-bounds area as a safety net. Right there. Underneath view of Matt Mapes.
He's going to pull him out.
There they go. Might have hurt his ankle there. He's holding his ankle, and he's in obvious pain. Well, the medical crew's gotten a workout here at 152. Checking Brad Bush. They're cooling off the upper body with a wet towel. Craig Helmut, the head coach, giving him some last minute instructions. We have a minute and 1 second to go in the final period. Keith Jones is finding out exactly what's going on for us. Keith?
The left ankle that was caught underneath in the exchange by the edge of the mat. It doesn't appear to be too serious. I think he should be able to continue. He's hobbling around just a little bit, but it really doesn't appear to be that serious. You should be able to finish the last minute and 1 here. Just a 3-1 score. It's still in the balance.
And the medical crew disperses, and we go back. Center stage, 152, just a minute and 1 remaining.
Matt Mapes needs to get a takedown to tie this match.
Boy, Bush is so good on his feet again.
And
you mentioned balance.
That's a good start. Boy, Bush did a nice job getting out of that one. He's still in a lot of trouble, but he was in a lot worse shape just a moment ago.
A lot of people wanted that 2-point when his knee dropped.
Mapes is just relentless hanging on that leg. He's got to be totally frustrated by Bush.
Well, the one time he just jumped over him.
Mapes has gotten in. He's gotten in against Brad Bush so many times and come so close, and Brad Bush has done an excellent job of not giving up that takedown point.
25 seconds to go. We're in the final period at 152.
Get in there.
Brad Bush to the left. Mapes trying to climb on him. Bush is holding on. That's tough now. 10 seconds on the clock, as you see. Well, they'll have 8 seconds to go. This is kind of like a restart in an auto race or a sprint car race.
Brad Bush, there's a stall warning. Boy, this match is a little bit different than last year's final when Brad Bush
Get in there.
pinned Martin from Connellsville.
Not much time.
Another stall warning. That's a point.
With 1 second to go. 3-2.
Brad Bush, 3-2.
Nice job, man. Nice job, man.
Brad Bush has